Alright folks, hello and welcome to the last round of today's Modern Preliminary. We started 3-0. We took a loss to Band Druid with Planeswalkers in the previous round because of some pretty unfortunate poor sideboarding. This hand looks excellent actually, so we're going to keep it. We're very happy about it. So we're going to be able to turn 1 Stacy, turn 2 Amulet. We can Amulet into Empath and then we can set up a turn 3 Titan. It's pretty sick. As long as the Stacy doesn't die, we should be good. Bloodstained Mire doesn't look too good for us. Stomping Ground, Dredge. Alright, yeah, so we're good, I guess. Super good. My opponent is telling me that this is the third Titan deck that they're facing in a row. Honestly, good for them. Go opponent. Good luck that they're 3-1 after facing 2. One was some Garuda thing I've never seen before. Oh yeah, I beat that deck. Round 1. Didn't look too good. The nerf really hit that deck hard. So we can empath here. The only problem with empathing is that I think I want to empath actually. If they mill exactly the conflagrate and they conflag my everything, we might be in trouble. But I guess we're not really in trouble. We just basically get time walked for a turn. But at the same time, that frees up my summoners back to go get a Dryad, making this Titan basically lethal. So did they dredge something? No, they did not dredge anything. I expect a reunion here. But if they reunion, that means that I'm not really scared of anything. So there's Imp. That's it. Uh-oh, what is this? It's not a card I've seen before. So they draw 3. Why can't I see what they dredge? Mills. But I don't see what they're dredging. Why can't I see the cards that you are dredging? It's letting me know what they discarded, but then it's not telling me what they're dredging. The text, the log doesn't tell me what you picked up with dredge. Thanks for that. It's telling me what you're milling, but not what you picked up. That's super weird. That's super weird. All right. Okay, so we have 2 land drops. Do they have anything worthy in there? They don't really. But we don't have enough to try it here, so we're just going to have to go. Just gonna have to Titan. But I think it's still gonna be important to bog them because of Ox, right? I don't want my opponent having enough stuff to get back to Ox. They changed the wording on Dredge a little yesterday when they added mail as a keyword. I wonder if that changed how they work in the log. That's very interesting, yeah. Yeah, my opponent seems to be a good sport. It's just like apparently they weren't aware of this thing. But it's really weird. Like you can actually see here on the log, right? How it says, like it's telling me that they drew the cards, and it's telling me what they milled. They milled Price Amalgam, this other card, Gemstone Mine, and Shriekhorn, and Gulgartha. But they're not telling me that they dredged Stinkweed Imp. I have to count that it's 5 cards, and and then I have to figure out that it's that guy because of like context, I guess. That's the silliest thing ever. That is the silliest thing. That's kind of hilarious, actually. How did I decide with earlier? I think I got this and I got this. I think that's what I did. Can't remember. You can't mess it up too much against Rich. Naughty bug. Yeah, this one is a keep. It's kind of weird and a little bit slow. I'm telling my opponent, like, it's telling me that, you know, oh, hello there. Like, it's telling me that which cards you mill, but then it doesn't tell me the actual thing that matters, which is which card is in your hand. Because, like, the cards that you milled, I can actually see here, but the cards in your hand, I can't. It's really funny. Really funny. So I think I'm going to explore here, actually. My opponent said, well, you could count the milled cards, and I'm like, LOL. Well, now we have the Azusa, right? So I guess that we can see if my opponent has some way of interacting here. We're gonna figure that out soon enough. I think I'm just gonna bounce and explore, actually. Because if we draw a bounce land, then we can actually put this in my hand and leave this in play and use Gusto. Okay, that's fine. That allows me to not expose the bog, and still allows me to play my amulet, so it's fine. Bonus says, man, I'm so dead. Yeah, you kind of are. You're gonna need a really impressive turn right here. Oh. That's really cool. Alright, we have no idea where their hand is. So they milled 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess they have a... They have an imp and the other guy. What's his name? Thug. You dredged 3 times total, right? Super confused about this. My opponent's nice. They are telling me that their hand is triple Stinkweed. Like, it's so weird. Why would they change that? It's so confusing now. Okay, so they have nothing, right? They're just like super mega dead. so we can double tighten them here. So this is second land drop. So yeah. All right, 4-1. We got lucky to get pretty lucky about getting the dredge matchup twice, which both times was done in like 10 minutes. Like if I hadn't been talking to my opponent, it would have definitely been 7 minutes as well. So we got paired against dredge twice. We got paired against druid. One time that was our loss. Actually, a really cool version of druid. I'm going to see if I can. I'm actually going. Wow, yeah, they 5-0'd. So I'm definitely going to be looking into this deck for one of the Tuesday streams where we play some like off the beaten path strategies. We got paired against a Dracitron, which is also good, and we also got paired against Dekiru, that weird nonsense deck. So pretty good overall. Maybe it is just of a matter that the metagame it's just solid for Amulet, because I didn't feel like, don't get me wrong, Empath was great in 2 scenarios. Like both times that we cast Empath, we have a 1, right? So I don't think that's really a coincidence. And like the list with 32 lands has been smooth sailing. I have not really had many problems since I went up to 32 lands. It's my mana issues have been a lot less since I did that, so that's really cool too. It's just a matter of maybe the metagame is just good for Amulet. Like if people are playing Dredge and they're trying to to use Dredge to get them there because of how good the band matchup is, but at the same time the band matchup is like okay for us. Like I don't feel particularly advantaged. I should say I don't feel too advantaged. But I definitely feel like we have a lot of game in the matchup, and depending on the ability of the Amulet player and the Snow player, you could actually have a good matchup. But yeah, it might be that just Amulet it's a good choice right now. 100% surprised by seeing the Druid deck doing so well, particularly because I would imagine that the band deck would be a kind of nightmare matchup for the Druid deck. So definitely interesting that I would like to know which decks the Druid player faced in order to get there to the 5-0. But yeah, definitely happy with getting the 4-1. We're going to be getting a bunch of QBs, which is nice. Now, whether you have 5 or 4 victory doesn't really matter too much because you get the same amount of QPs. You just get more play points if you go 5-0 and you get more chests, but that's not really that important. The most important part, if you're going to use them, are the QPs. But yeah, felt pretty good. The deck felt super smooth, and yeah, we continue right now. The record with this exact 75 goes up to 13-2, so that's pretty solid. Especially when one of those was a more competitive event like a prelim. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video series. And yep, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out all of my content right here on YouTube or live on Twitch at twitch.tv/ffablush. And yep, have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.